All right, so today I'm going to show you how to make a different form of mask. So once again, we're not gardening today, but who would have thought watching Project Runway and Martha Stewart would help in a time like this? So what you see right here are four pieces of fabric all cut in the same shape. The pattern I found online, it's just called a face mask pattern. And then you're going to see I'm going to start by just sewing the rounded edges together. The trick for doing this is put the prettier side of the fabrics facing inside. All right, and once you have both of those actually sewn, you're going to open them up, which you'll see in just a moment. All right, and I now have them both open, and I have the seamed parts on the outside on both sides. And then you just line up the pieces together. One's going to become the liner, the other will become the outside. And this time you're going to be stitching all along the seams. Now, as you see, I've taken it out and I'm going to stitch along the bottom seam as well. You do not want to stitch up the sides because you need those open to flip this inside out. Now with the top and bottom both stitched, I'm going to turn it inside out. By the way, that awesome purple fabric comes from a local biologist who is also an artist. All right, now that I have it inside or flipped around, so now the right sides are facing out, I'm going to stitch along all of the seams, but at the same time, as you noticed, I'm also putting some sort of elastic string or shoelaces or ribbon on each of those four corners. You'll also notice that I'm rolling those corners over so that there's no raw edges showing when I'm done. Right there, it got jammed for a second, but I fixed it. And as I'm sewing along all of these edges, I'm carefully making certain that all of the fabric is completely flipped out. This is called top stitching. It's also going to help give the mask a little bit of a better shape. And here you can see I'm adding another piece of string and rolling the corner in twice. That way there's no exposed edges that'll fray. The cotton that I used for this is dress shirt cotton or quilting cotton also is recommended. They encourage you to make your masks 2 layers thick for increased protection. The reason why they're recommending masks now is actually because they're noticing a lot of people are asymptomatic while they're contagious in the early stages of infections of COVID-19. By wearing a mask, you're not only decreasing your chances of getting yourself sick, but if you are sick, you're greatly decreasing chances of getting others sick as well. So the mask is just about finished up. I'm just rolling the last of the edges and finishing up top stitching. The purple fabric that you will see again in a second, the designer of that fabric, her name is Emilia Caruso. So if you're finding that you can make masks pretty easily, this is a good way to help out your friends and neighbors as we all try to wear masks to decrease the burden on the healthcare system. And here you can see the final mask, if I remember to get my head in the frame. So as you can see, it's a lot more form-fitting and a little more comfortable than the other ones, but the other masks work just as well.